Hayes can't control his tics. That's what the Army Medical Board said in 2016, looking at Corporal Marcus Hayes like he was defective, broken, dangerous. He has Tourette Syndrome, vocal tics, motor tics, involuntary movements, sounds. He can't control them. They happen randomly, without warning. In combat, those tics will give away his position, will compromise stealth operations, will get soldiers killed. Recommend immediate medical discharge. Tourette Syndrome is incompatible with infantry operations. Marcus Hayes sat there, 24 years old, Army Ranger, sniper qualified, expert marksman, with Tourette Syndrome, and the Army wanted to throw him away. But the mockery didn't start with the medical board. It had been going on for 2 years. 2014, Fort Benning, boot camp. Marcus arrived with his condition disclosed. The Army knew. The recruiter knew. He'd been honest. I have Tourette's, mostly vocal tics, some motor tics, but I can shoot. I can fight. Give me a chance. The drill sergeants noticed immediately. During formation, Marcus would tic. A sudden head jerk, a throat-clearing sound, a shoulder twitch. Hayes, are you mocking me? No, drill sergeant. I have Tourette's. It's involuntary. Tourette's? What is this, a joke? You think the Army is a place for twitchy freaks? The other recruits laughed. It became a daily spectacle. Hayes the Twitchy. Seizure boy. The human liability. Hayes is gonna tic at the wrong time and get us all killed. Marcus endured it. Every day. For 8 weeks. He graduated near the top of his class in marksmanship. But the mockery never stopped. 2015 Ranger School. Marcus made it to Ranger School. Against the odds. Despite the tics. But Ranger School was worse. The instructors were brutal. Hayes, you're a liability. One tic during patrol, the enemy hears us. Everyone dies. Because of you. His Ranger buddies avoided him. Don't partner with Hayes. He'll get you killed with his twitching. During a night patrol exercise, Marcus had a vocal tic. A sudden HUP sound. Involuntary. Loud. The instructor failed the entire squad. Hayes compromised our position. In real combat, we'd all be dead. Because of the twitchy kid. The squad turned on Marcus. You need to drop out, Hayes. You're dangerous. I can't help the tics. It's neurological. I'm working on it. Work on it somewhere else. Not in the Rangers. Not where lives depend on silence. Marcus almost quit. Almost believed them. But then something happened during a stress test. A 48-hour field exercise. No sleep. Maximum stress. Simulated combat. Marcus's tics disappeared. Completely. For 48 hours of extreme stress, he didn't have a single tic. Not one head jerk. Not one vocal sound. Nothing. The instructors noticed. Hayes, where are your tics? Marcus realized, I don't know. They're gone. Bullshit. You're faking having Tourette's for attention. No, I have it. But under extreme stress, they stop. Nobody believed him. But Marcus had discovered something. His Tourette's disappeared under combat conditions. The more stressed he was, the fewer tics he had. It was backwards from what everyone expected. 2016, first deployment. Afghanistan. Marcus deployed. The platoon was terrified of him. Hayes is gonna tic and give away our position. We're all gonna die because of the twitchy freak. Sergeant Rodriguez was the worst. Hayes, I'm putting you on base duty. You're not going on patrols. You're a liability. Sergeant, my tics stop in combat. I've tested it. Under stress, they disappear. I don't care what you've tested. I care about soldiers coming home alive. And you're a risk I'm not taking. Marcus spent 3 months on base duty, cleaning, guard duty, paperwork, while his platoon went on missions. Without him, the mockery continued. Hayes is too twitchy for real combat. Kid's a joke. Tourette's boy thinks he's a ranger. He's a desk jockey. The Army made a mistake letting him in. Should have been discharged at boot camp. Marcus took it for 3 months, silently. Then in October 2016, everything changed. The platoon was ambushed. 12 Rangers against 40 Taliban. They called for support. Marcus grabbed his rifle, ran to the armory. Sergeant Rodriguez blocked him. Hayes, no. You'll compromise. They're dying. I'm going. Marcus ran toward the firefight. 1 kilometer away, alone. As he ran, his tics stopped. Completely. The stress, the adrenaline, the focus. It suppressed the Tourettes entirely. Marcus reached the fight. Taliban in buildings. Rangers pinned. He took position. Sniper rifle. Began engaging. 1 shot. Taliban down. 1 shot. Another down. No tics. No twitches. Perfect stillness. Perfect control. In 30 minutes, Marcus killed 14 Taliban. The ambush broke. The Rangers were saved. When they returned to base, Sergeant Rodriguez stared at Marcus. Hayes, you didn't tic once. Not once. I told you, Sergeant. Combat suppresses it. My Tourette's disappears when I'm focused. Rodriguez didn't apologize, but he didn't mock anymore either. You just saved 12 Rangers, Hayes. Maybe I was wrong about you, but the medical board didn't care. January 2017, Marcus was called in. Medical discharge hearing. Corporal Hayes, despite your performance, in October, we cannot allow a soldier with Tourette Syndrome to remain in active combat operations. Sir, my tics stop in combat. Completely. I have no symptoms under stress. That's not medically possible. Tourette's doesn't stop. You're likely suppressing it temporarily, but it will return at the worst time. And soldiers will die. Sir, I've been in combat 6 times now. 0 tics. Every time. My Tourette's is suppressed by stress, not triggered by it. That's not how Tourette's works. Then explain what happened. 6 combat engagements. 0 tics. 14 Taliban killed. 12 Rangers saved. All while having Tourette Syndrome. The board was silent. Finally, we'll delay the discharge, pending further observation. But Hayes, 1 tic in combat. 1. And you're done. Marcus nodded. He'd take it. For the next 2 years, Marcus proved them wrong. Again and again. 2017 to 2018, 77 Taliban killed. 0 tics. Ever. Every mission, Marcus expected his Tourette's to return, to betray him at the worst moment. It never did. In combat, he was the calmest soldier in the platoon. No tics. No twitches. Perfect control. Back at base, the tics returned. Mild but present. But in combat, gone. Completely. The Rangers noticed. Hayes is calmer in firefights than any of us. How? His Tourette's makes him more focused. It's like a superpower. But the mockery didn't fully stop. Some still doubted. Hayes is lucky. Eventually, he'll tic. And someone will die. I still don't trust him. 1 vocal tic. That's all it takes. March 2019. Mosul, Iraq. Intelligence identified a high-value ISIS compound. 20 ISIS fighters inside, including 3 commanders planning attacks on American forces. The compound was in the middle of Mosul, surrounded by civilians. Daytime assault impossible. Too many innocents. Night assault? ISIS had guards everywhere. Motion sensors. Dogs. Any sound would alert them. Hostages would be executed. The mission required absolute silence. For 14 hours. 1 operator. Solo infiltration. Eliminate all 20 ISIS fighters without alerting them. It was a suicide mission. Nobody volunteered. Then Corporal Marcus Hayes raised his hand. Sir, I'll do it. The commander looked at him. Hayes, this requires complete silence. For 14 hours. Any sound. I won't make a sound, sir. My Tourette's disappears in combat. And this will be the most focused I've ever been. Hayes, your Tourette's has been quiet. But 14 hours? That's too long. What if you tic? Then I'll die, sir. But I won't. Because I know my condition better than anyone. Combat suppresses it. Always has. Let me prove it. The commander considered. Hayes, this is the hardest mission we've ever authorized. Are you sure? Marcus nodded. I'm the only one who can guarantee complete silence, sir. My Tourette's is my advantage here, not my weakness. March 15, 2019, 1800 hours. Mission began. Marcus infiltrated Mosul at dusk. Alone. Sniper rifle. Suppressor. Night vision. 14 hours to eliminate 20 ISIS fighters. Without alerting any of them. Without making a sound. For any other soldier, impossible. For Marcus, with Tourette's that disappeared under stress, this was what he was made for. Marcus endured and prepared for the mission that would prove everything. Marcus climbed into the city, using ropes, scaling buildings, silent. His Tourette's? Gone. Not a single tic, not a twitch. Perfect control. He reached a rooftop overlooking the compound, 400 meters away. First target, ISIS guard on compound roof. Smoking. Alone. Marcus lined up the shot. Felt nothing. No vocal tic. No muscle twitch. Fired. Suppressed. The guard dropped. Silent. One down. 19 to go. Marcus moved closer. 200 meters. Building adjacent to compound. ISIS guards walking perimeter. 3 of them. Changing shifts every hour. Marcus waited. Watched patterns. Calculated timing. When guard A turned the corner, fired. Down. When guard B reached checkpoint, fired. Down. When guard C lit cigarette, fired. Down. 3 more dead. 6 total. Silent. No tics. 14 to go. Hour 5 to 7. Inside the compound, 2200 to 0100 hours. Marcus infiltrated the compound. Over the wall. Through a window. Silent. Inside now. The hardest part. Close quarters. Any sound alerts everyone. For a normal soldier, stress here would be maximum. Breathing hard. Adrenaline. Mistakes. For Marcus, this was when his Tourette's was most suppressed. The more stress, the fewer tics. Combat was his calm. He moved through hallways. Found ISIS fighter sleeping in a room. Knife. Silent kill. 7 total dead. Another fighter in bathroom. Knife again. 8 dead. 2 fighters talking in kitchen. Waited. They separated. Killed both. 10 dead. Halfway done. Still no tics. Still no sounds. Still ghost. Hour 8 to 10. The discovery. 100 to 0300 hours. Marcus was in the compound's 2nd floor. 11 ISIS dead. 9 remaining. Then, a fighter discovered a body. Shouted alarm. ISIS went alert. Searching. 9 fighters. Armed. Looking for intruder. This was the moment Marcus's platoon feared. The moment his Tourette's would betray him. A tic would give away his position. He'd die. Except it didn't happen. Marcus hid in a closet. ISIS fighter walked past. Inches away. Marcus held his breath. Felt nothing. No tic urge. No twitches. Complete calm. The fighter moved on. Marcus exhaled. Counted to 10. Emerged. Knife. Fighter dead. 12 total. The stress was maximum. The danger extreme. And his Tourette's? Completely gone. Hour 11 to 13. Silent hunter. 0300 to 0500 hours. ISIS spread out searching. Marcus hunted them. One by one. Fighter 13. Stairwell. Knife. Fighter 14. Bedroom. Suppressed rifle. Fighter 15. Window. Rifle again. Fighter 16 and amp. 17. Together. Waited. Separated. Killed both. 18 total dead. 2 remaining. The 2 commanders. In the main room. Together. Talking. Planning. Marcus approached. Heard them through door. Planning attack on American convoy. Killing civilians. He had 2 options. Shoot both through door. Or breach and engage. Shooting through door? Might miss. Alert them. Breaching? Close quarters. Dangerous. Marcus chose breach. He counted to 3. Kicked door. Entered. Both commanders reached for weapons. Marcus fired twice. Both down. 20 ISIS dead. 14 hours. 0 tics. Mission complete. But then, hour 14. The fight, 0500 to 0600 hours. Marcus thought it was over, began exfiltrating. Then, ISIS reinforcements arrived. 5 fighters. Early shift change. Discovered bodies. They saw Marcus. Opened fire. Marcus took cover. Returned fire. 3 ISIS down. 2 remaining. Charged him. Close combat. Marcus ran out of bullets. Drew knife. Hand to hand. First ISIS fighter. Stabbed. Down. Second. Wrestled with Marcus. Trying to kill him. This was maximum stress. Life or death. Hand to hand. If Marcus was going to tick, it would be now. He fought. 30 seconds. Knife fighting. Desperate. Finally, Marcus won. Stabbed the fighter. Last ISIS dead. 25 total killed, 20 mission, 5 reinforcements. Marcus collapsed. Exhausted. Wounded, knife wound in arm. But alive. And in 14 hours of extreme combat, not a single tick. Not 1.0700 hours. Extraction. Marcus radioed extraction. Mission complete. 25 enemy eliminated. Requesting pickup. Hayes. You've been radio silent for 14 hours. Are you okay? I'm fine. Had to stay focused. No distractions. When the helicopter picked him up, the team medic treated his arm wound. Hayes, you're covered in blood. You fought hand to hand. Last 5 ISIS. Had to. Did you? Did you tick at all during the mission? Marcus smiled. Not once. 14 hours. 25 ISIS killed. 0 ticks. The medic stared. That's impossible. It's Tourette's. Combat suppresses it. I keep trying to tell everyone. Back at base, the commander was waiting. Corporal Hayes. 25 ISIS eliminated. 14 hours. Solo infiltration. No alerts until the very end. Yes, sir. And your Tourette's? Not a single tick, sir. Not one. For 14 hours straight. The commander shook his head. Hayes, we owe you an apology. All of us. We called you a liability. A danger. A twitchy freak. Sir. No, let me finish. You just completed the hardest mission we've ever authorized. Alone. With a condition we said made you incompatible with infantry. You didn't complete it despite your Tourette's. You completed it because of it. Because combat gives you focus others don't have. Your Tourette's isn't a disability. It's an advantage. And we were idiots for not seeing it sooner. Marcus nodded. Thank you, sir. Rodriguez, who'd called Marcus a liability for 2 years, approached. Hayes, I'm sorry for everything. Every time I called you Twitchy. Every time I said you'd get someone killed. You just killed 25 ISIS. Alone. For 14 hours. Without a single tick. I was wrong. Completely, totally wrong. You're not a liability. You're the most focused operator we have. Marcus extended his hand. Apology accepted, Sergeant. But I understand why you doubted. Tourette's is unpredictable, except in combat. Then it's not. Rodriguez shook his hand. What you have, it's not a disability. It's a tactical advantage. After the mission, Marcus worked with Army neurologists, studying why his Tourette's disappeared in combat. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, neurologist. Marcus, what you have is rare but documented. It's called stress-induced tic suppression. Most people with Tourette's get worse under stress. Their tics increase. But about 8% of Tourette's patients experience the opposite. Extreme stress suppresses their tics completely. It's neurological. The same brain pathways that cause tics get overridden by extreme focus and adrenaline. In your case, combat creates such intense focus that your brain literally forgets to tick. Marcus, so I'm not faking it? It's real. It's absolutely real. You're one of the few people whose Tourette's becomes an advantage in high-stress situations. Most soldiers get more anxious, more shaky, more prone to mistakes under stress. You get calmer, more focused, more controlled. Your Tourette's has made you one of the best operators the Army has ever seen. Marcus received Bronze Star with Valor, Extraordinary Heroism, 25 ISIS eliminated solo, Army Commendation Medal, Professional Achievement, Expert Sniper Badge, 91 total career ISIS/Taliban killed. 0 ticks in combat, citation. Corporal Marcus Hayes, despite Tourette Syndrome, completed solo infiltration mission, eliminating 25 enemy combatants over 14 hours without compromise, demonstrating extraordinary focus and proving disability can be tactical advantage. 2016 to 2020, Marcus's complete record: 91 total enemy combatants killed, 66 Taliban, 25 ISIS, 0 ticks during any combat operation, observed by medical team, 14-hour mission longest. Solo operation, perfect silence, 100% mission success rate, 38 missions, 0 compromises, every single combat operation, no ticks. The same brain pathways that cause tics get overridden by extreme focus and adrenaline. In your case, combat creates such intense focus that your brain literally forgets to tick. Marcus, so I'm not faking it? It's real. It's absolutely real. You're one of the few people whose Tourette's becomes an advantage in high-stress situations. Most soldiers get more anxious, more shaky, more prone to mistakes under stress. You get calmer, more focused. Not one. Back at base between missions, the tics returned, mild but present. But the moment combat started, gone. The platoon that once mocked him now called him the machine. Hayes doesn't have Tourette's in combat. He has a superpower. He's calmer under fire than anyone I've ever seen. Tourette's? More like Tourette's advantage. 2025. Marcus Hayes, 29 years old. Honorably retired. He works with the VA, studying stress-induced tic suppression, helping other soldiers with Tourette's. I meet soldiers who have Tourette's, who've been told they can't serve, that they're liabilities. I tell them my story. 91 enemy killed, 14-hour solo mission, 0 ticks. Then I tell them, your Tourette's might be different than mine, but don't let anyone tell you it makes you weak. For 8% of us, extreme stress suppresses tics. We get calmer, not more anxious. If you're one of those 8%, you have a tactical advantage. Use it. Marcus is also completing a neuroscience degree, researching why Tourette's behave this way. I want to understand the mechanism. Why combat silences my tics? What's happening neurologically? Because if we can understand it, maybe we can help all Tourette's patients. Use stress therapy, controlled exposure. My condition made me a better soldier. Maybe it can help make better treatments too. The platoon, the Rangers who mocked Marcus for 2 years, they all apologized. One wrote, "Hayes, I called you Seizure Boy, Twitchy freak, said you'd get us killed. I'm sorry. You saved my life twice. Your Tourette's doesn't make you weak. It makes you the strongest among us." Another, "I refused to partner with you, said you were dangerous. Then you completed a mission none of us could do. I was an idiot. You're not disabled. You're differently abled, and better for it." Marcus keeps one thing framed on his wall. A photo from March 2019, the ISIS compound, 25 bodies. Marcus standing in the center, covered in blood, exhausted. Caption, 14 hours, 25 kills, 0 ticks. Tourette's equals advantage. Below it, a quote Marcus wrote, "They called me Twitchy, a freak, a liability. They said my Tourette's would get soldiers killed. But my Tourette's is why I'm the calmest operator in combat. My disability is my superpower, and I used it to save lives." Marcus Hayes proved that Tourette Syndrome isn't a weakness. In combat, it made him focused, calm, deadly. 91 enemies killed, 0 ticks, ever. The soldier they called a liability became the most lethal operator in his battalion, because his Tourette's disappeared when it mattered most. And that made him unstoppable. Disability doesn't mean inability. Sometimes, what the world calls a defect is actually an advantage. Marcus Hayes was told he couldn't be a soldier because of Tourette Syndrome. He killed 91 enemies, completed a 14-hour solo mission, never had a single tic in combat, not despite his Tourette's. Because of it, his condition gave him superhuman focus under stress. Made him calmer than anyone else. To everyone with Tourette's told they're too twitchy for something. Marcus Hayes was too twitchy for infantry until combat started. Then he was the calmest one there. Your condition might work the same way. Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do. Subscribe to Army Story for more stories of soldiers who turned disabilities into superpowers.